Hello everyone! Happy Wednesday. This is Straw Hat Leah here for another episode of Whatcha Makin' Wednesday. And we're continuing with our Granny Seiko cosplay build, specifically working on the baseball bat prop that goes along with her cosplay. We're going to be painting the kanji on the baseball bat today. Gonna try my best at getting some very neat calligraphy on the bat as best I can, and yeah, also we're gonna put some fabric on the handle of the baseball bat as well as hopefully putting on the final yarn wefts for our wig behind me as well. I got a good amount of wefts on her over the weekend. Gotta take these pins out, and bald spot at the top's getting gradually smaller, but still have a bit more to cover. So I do have some additional yarn hair wefts made. They just need to be glued onto the base. So hopefully the wefts I have made will be enough to finish out the last bit of base that needs to be covered, and then hopefully next stream, once everything's dry on the wig, that will be a whole stream just dedicated to styling. But yeah, let's finish up this bat. Before we dive into the painting though, I wanted to share the Dandadan wiki page that I happened to come across. That actually says what the kanji actually is on the baseball bat. So let's see. Nice. Okay, so we've got the bat, which is nicknamed Nessie. If anyone is familiar with the anime or manga. And so this is also the reference image that I used while building this entire baseball bat. If this is your first stream at all, the bat is 3D printed, completely 3D printed, with interchangeable tops. So the pencil top that is here in the appearance section of the wiki is interchangeable with magnets on this prop. So very, very excited about it. But so the kanji that we're going to be writing on the bat today in Japanese, forgive my butchering if I mispronounce anything, but I believe it's Neshi no Chikara? Translated to the power of Nessie, after the Loch Ness Monster, which one of the main characters, Momo, she is very into cryptids, and so her particular favorite cryptid is the Loch Ness Monster. She considers that to be the strongest cryptid of all, and so as not to spoil any of the anime, but in the first episode, or first two episodes, I believe, of the anime, Granny Seiko, the character we're cosplaying, basically imbues this baseball bat with the power of the Loch Ness Monster, thus naming the bat Nessie. And so, yeah, I'm going to do my best to neatly transcribe Nessie's name onto our baseball bat, hopefully imbuing the power of Nessie into this prop. But wanted to share that just, for context. Oh, hello! Hi, everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining. So let me switch back to a bigger screen, and then we can get started on some painting. So I have already, as best I could, uh, stenciled or, tried to do my best to kind of trace out and pencil the kanji that we're going to be writing on the bat. Uh, Even like drew in, like use a ruler to draw a straight line to keep it all as lined up as best I could. So yeah, I'm gonna go over this with a, let's see, I have a water-based paint pen in black. It's able to be used on multiple surfaces. Got this from Michael's. Hopefully I should be able to have this appear, pretty nicely. So let's see, I'm going to do a couple of test strokes though on my parchment paper here. I always line my workbench with parchment paper, especially as I'm making wig wefts and I don't accidentally glue anything to my work desk that I can't take off. Also paint and stuff as well. So it is water-based. So if I do make a mistake, I should be able to wipe it off and like redo it pretty easily before it dries. That's my hope. So yeah, let's dig in. That looks pretty good. Let me double check the reference image I have. Okay. There we go. Oh, that looks so nice. Yep, I have only a limited experience writing kanji in my life. When I was in college, I took a couple of foreign language classes. I took Chinese for 3 years, and I took Japanese for 1 year or 1 semester. And yeah, I was, Japanese 101, where basically all we did was write kanji. So, basically like elementary school level Japanese learning, but we didn't really dive into calligraphy though. So I'm trying to be very careful with like my stroke. Try not to make any like one line too thick or too thin or longer. I want it to be accurate. I don't want to accidentally change it into a different character and completely mess up the meaning. It's also kind of weird writing on a rounded surface, not a flat surface that'll just like keep still. But yeah, I'm still liking how this turned out. It's coming out pretty straight. I want to thicken the lines on this one, I think. Just a little thin. This one's the I do remember this character. I think this is the no character. So I believe it's like power of, and then like the no symbol is like the of character, I believe, in Japanese. But it's gonna be hard because it's curved. So the other ones are kind of easier because it's just like, okay, just keep my hand straight and just draw a line. This one's like, okay, you gotta draw a circle almost, basically. So maybe like a backwards E. Maybe that's like the way I could think of it that way. Alright, then I'll just go in and like make the lines a little thicker. But okay, I didn't mess it up. There we go. That looks better. Alright, one last character here at the bottom. A little squiggly on the tail there, but I think I got it. Just gotta make it a little bit thicker now, or thicken the lines of the curve. Maybe that'll hide my squiggles. There we go. All right. I think that is the power of Nessie. All right, so I'm going to give that a minute or two to dry. And then what I'm going to do to seal this, because it's water-based, so I feel like it'll still rub off potentially. So what I'm going to do after it's completely dry is I'm just going to go over it with a little Mod Podge. I already have a coat, or put a coat of Mod Podge on the bat before, which is why it kind of is already kind of shiny looking and glossy looking. But yeah, I wanted to seal the gray paint in first before I painted the kanji on it. Same with the pencil top as well. Just went over it with Mod Podge to seal in the paint job we did last week. So nothing will rub off, and it should last throughout the con, even if I accidentally bump it into stuff or on the floor or anything. Yeah, so while this is drying, I'm just going to flip this upside down. We're just going to work on the handle. So I have some ribbon that I got also from Michaels. It is, let me read what it says, 1 inch wide, and there is 3 yards on the whole spool. I think that'll be more than enough. I don't imagine we'll use even more than one yard, honestly, for just the handle. So to attach this, I am going to just use, well, not that empty bottle, but I'm going to just use some tacky glue and just cover the entire handle with tacky glue, and then wrap the ribbon around the handle. And this particular tacky glue dries clear, so I'm not really worried about it bleeding into the ribbon color or anything like that. But yeah, I'm gonna get started. Being very careful that I don't rub the paint off the kanji I just wrote as I'm putting the glue on. That should be enough. So I spread it around with my finger just so it will, when I wrap the ribbon, it'll lay flat. So that way, like, the little beads of glue and everything don't show through the handle as I wrap it around. Also, hopefully it means I can use less glue. So I'm just going to start from one end and go round and around. Hopefully not smudging any paint while I do so. I'm also like pulling the the ribbon kind of taut a little bit to give it a little tension. Also, so I just really don't want it to like bunch up. Kind of want it to be just like a nice smooth. Also because I'm going to be holding this too, I want it to be as smooth of a grip as possible. Getting towards the end. Alright, so now this last part's going to need a little bit of glue on top of the ribbon part. I need the ribbon to go all the way up to this black line. I don't want to have any of the PLA showing underneath. Off the excess glue. Okay. Check if I miss any spots. Nope. Alright, now I'm going to cut this. Cut it at a little bit of an angle. Like you would a present ribbon. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the end. There's our handle. Okay, so let's take a quick look at our kanji. Okay, nothing's rubbing off on my finger, so it looks pretty dry. Alright, so we're gonna go over with a little bit of Mod Podge over what we just drew, painted, wrote, to preserve it, and that way it won't come off. So, just a paintbrush. Oh, wow. I thought there was no way I was going to use even close to 3 yards. I'd say that's maybe a half a yard left. Oh, goodness. Well, I'm glad that was enough because I did not buy a second roll. This is the only roll I bought for the handle. I'm glad that was enough. Oh, man. Whew. That was close. Alright, so I'm just going to brush on the Mod Podge over top of what we just wrote. And Mod Podge dries clear. I have particularly the gloss finish, but it also comes in matte and all different varieties, dishwasher safe seals, sealers and everything. But yeah, I highly recommend if you ever are hand painting anything cosplay related, seal it. Whatever the appropriate sealer is for whatever you painted. Fabric paint needs its own particular type of sealer. Acrylic paint needs its own particular type of sealer. Mod Podge is fine for acrylic because it's basic. Oil paints need its own type of sealer, and things like that. So just try to look up whatever type of paint that you happen to use if you do paint anything for your cosplays to preserve them. Speaking of, I actually went, because I just bought this huge thing of Mod Podge, I actually went back and Mod Podged all of my devil fruits that I made for that Neopets cosplay in earlier spring. So yeah, now these are actually more con friendly now. The paint's not gonna rub off on everything, especially when I drop it on the floor because I'm a klutz. So it's nice to know I won't have to keep touching it up over and over again. So yeah, let's do the same with this so I don't have to touch up this kanji. So get a generous amount and just brush her over. Just brushing it on until it's smooth, and once it dries it'll give it a nice little gloss finish and should be nice and protected. Okay, so there it is. Let me see if I can get on the bigger camera actually. baseball bat with handle. This is the top, which is still able to be removed, I thought. Swapped out. Uh-oh. Hope I didn't accidentally glue it on. Yeah. Let's see. So, where are we at time-wise? Oh, okay. Still had a good amount of time. But yeah, so this is gonna sit, this is gonna dry, this is gonna be finished. This is Granny Seiko's baseball bat, my friends. Oh my goodness. Oh, this was a lot of work. This is a 3D printed baseball bat, pretty light, but you know, with a little bit of weight. There is still some, there's still magnets attached to this top. There is just like regular little bolts that are connecting all the pieces together, as well as epoxy. I did not make this one travel friendly, so, but if you were to do this yourself and use the same 3D print file that I used, it does have the option to like have all of these parts be broken down. And so if you need to pack it away in a suitcase, if you're traveling to a convention, this can still travel. I just know I'm not going to travel, so I didn't make it travel friendly. But yeah, aside from that, put this down, hang out. All right, I think next we're gonna get into some wig base, hopefully finishing. She's literally got like that big of a spot. It's like very, very small left to cover. So I'm gonna grab the remaining wefts that I have, and then we're gonna get started gluing those onto the wig base. I will go grab those and be back momentarily. we're back. Alright, so I grabbed the wig wefts. And then this one's still a little wet, but it's tacky enough that I can start putting it on the base at least. Let's bring our wig head over. Get her on screen. Let's flip it backwards, I suppose. We're going to start from behind. Let me see here. Let's see if I can get a good angle of the top of her head. I'm not quite sure if I can. Good angle for it. Alright, so we're gonna add a little bit of glue. Well, first, because I made this mistake numerous times. I keep forgetting to take these pins out. So basically I glue them down and then I just stick, you know, these metal wig pins in to hold it in place as it dries. But if I forget to take it out, it's a really sharp pointy thing that I don't want to get stabbed with as I try to put it on. So I'm doing better about remembering. Okay, so I'm just gonna go all around. Those were all the pins. I don't feel anything metal, just yarn. Okay. Alright, so good amount of tacky glue. Glue has been pretty much the main adhesive that's been holding this cosplay together, literally. With the exception of the epoxy I used on the baseball bat pieces. Alright, so I made the wefts particularly long so that I can cut them shorter, basically as I need them. So really, this is probably like 3 or 4 wefts just in this one long one, as I am probably gonna, yeah, cut it down and just go around in little circles until it's all finished. All right. Get an idea of how long that is. Press. The excess, yeah. Now put the pins back in to hold it in place. And there we go. All right, on to the rest. long pieces of yarn are the reason I braid or have braided all the other pieces. It's just all over the place. But once everything's glued down, all these braids are going to come out, and then we can style it. We don't have much left. She's got a very, very teeny tiny bald spot now. Yeah. She's almost finished. Okay. And I think we're gonna have just enough of yarn wefts to do it. I haven't even cut into this one yet at all. So that'll still be plenty. But I still got this bit left too. Let's do this front part. I think I just need one more left. I think that's it. Alright. Just need a tiny little piece. That spot right there. Cut off the extra. Here. Here. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can scrub a little bit. Okay. So, transition. All right. So she is bald no more. You've covered up the entire wig base. She's ready. Alright, so I'm gonna take out all these braids now. Don't have to worry about them getting all over the place or getting in my way. Front. She's definitely going to need a haircut. I need to cut the bangs in, more than likely. But I think I've got more than enough yarn length to make a nice bang. And it's a side swept bang also, so I'm not going to need, I don't think, as much. Yeah, her hair's starting to look more full as I'm taking the braids down. The easiest way to detangle is just to shake them. Just to shake the yarn out. It just falls flat. Whew. Just went from having a braided hairstyle to a downdo. These ones on the side are the last ones, I think. Well, once I take this last braid out, I think we're going to cap it there for tonight's stream. For next week, I think we're ready to start wig styling. That's going to be a whole stream of just getting this vertical now. I think that's going to be probably I'm gonna find that more technically difficult than the baseball bat. I'm gonna be completely honest. Hairstyling is not my forte. That's why I have dreads, because they don't require no maintenance almost. Just kind of style themselves. I don't really gotta do much else. But I kind of knew I was gonna have to take that on, making my own wig. So we're gonna try. We want to get it up to the challenge at the very least. Oh, I got one more braid. But anyway, For the rest of this week, I have, let's see, Friday's stream is going to be TGIF again. Thank Games It's Friday. Still playing through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I believe I am on chapter 7. I think we began chapter 7 last stream. Or maybe 6. It was 6 or 7. But we just finished, whichever one comes after Costa del Sol. We just finished up Costa del Sol last gaming stream. And yeah, really enjoyed seeing Tifa in her swimsuit. That was a fun chapter. But yeah, we're going to keep playing through on to the next chapter after that, this coming Friday. And then we're going to be doing our second, technically first, I guess, because the first was my celebration stream this past Monday, celebrating 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We did a Ren music video marathon and then swiftly got copyright claimed. But it was because I learned my lesson. I didn't pause and rewind enough / at all, so they were justified. I wasn't actually following their guidelines, so hopefully I will do better this coming Monday for hopefully what will be officially Music Mondays. I actually wanted to start doing Music Mondays out the gate, but I thought that starting out doing 3 streams per week with no experience doing content creation whatsoever was asking me to get burnt out too soon. But it's been a month. I think I've got a good flow of, you know, what I can and can't handle, and a good workflow for cosplays and streaming and video gaming and stuff. So I feel like now I'm in a good place. I can add that 3rd stream. So this coming Monday, we are going to be doing a Music Monday stream. For that particular stream, I'm still gathering song suggestion, music video suggestions in my comments. It's probably going to be another Ren-focused stream this coming Monday. And then we'll hopefully after that branch out to some more fun indie artists. I've got Coast Contra on my list of to listen to on stream, as well as Chinchilla, who in 5 seconds brought me to tears with her song with Ren. So excited to check out more of her stuff individually, and probably cry some more. But yeah, that's what's coming up on the schedule as far as content. Yeah, and then we'll be back next Wednesday to style Granny Seiko. Get her hair up. Oh boy. But anyway, one last look at the bat, since that was the focus of our stream today. During the break, I also swapped out the top for the pencil one. So this is it in all of its glory. Mod Podge is pretty dry now. So yeah, this is it. Handle, pencil tip, and all. Yeah. The power of Nessie be with us all. All right, my friends. Well, thank you all for journeying. Journey? Well, it was a journey, I guess. A journey to get to the end of the bat, I guess. Ending our baseball bat journey, I suppose. But thank you for joining me for another episode of Whatcha Makin' Wednesdays. And hopefully we'll see you again on another cosplay stream or any of my other streams that I have coming up. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care of yourselves. And keep on keeping on. Until next time, my friends.